Mpirical provide compelling, interactive learning across a range of delivery options. Live on site, live online, or online anytime, we have a training course that is ideal for you. For a no-obligations chat about your training requirements, contact us at mpirical.com.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to Cellular IoT. In this course, we're going to begin by asking the question, what is the Internet of Things? And in so doing, try and explain how IoT is such an important market for our mobile service providers. To begin with then, we're going to look at some of the key markets and verticals. We're then going to move on and look at the IoT ecosystem and explain how cellular IoT sits within it. In so doing, we're going to focus then on the low power wide area technologies, our 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G systems. But finally, we'll also address the short range IoT technologies, Bluetooth, Z-Wave, Zigbee, etc., and see how they also play an important aspect in the overall IoT architecture. So then to begin with, let's just take a look at the various markets and verticals that are associated with IoT. Well, here we can see a whole range of them: automotive, industrial and manufacturing, retail, agriculture, moving down to healthcare, also smart cities and the connected home or office. So looking at each one of these in turn, we'll see some of the various user cases that are likely to drive this interest in IoT. To begin with then, looking at automotive, well, it's not surprising with all the discussion associated with autonomous vehicles that this will play a key part in IoT technology. But before we look into truly driverless cars, we should also appreciate that many of the cars today will also contain radio modules associated with our cellular technologies. In many countries around the world, it's a requirement for the car to be connected with an emergency call button, such that if the car's in an accident, we can set up a connection straight through to the associated services. Likewise, many vendors have also incorporated these systems to bring back diagnostics as well. And finally, new enhancements such as V2X or vehicle to everything will also play a key part as we try to connect the vehicle to the outside world. Industrial and manufacturing has also seen quite a growth in IoT, in terms of the various equipment in the production lines now containing radio modules, such that we can keep a close eye on their performance. In other words, being able to identify when a fault is likely to occur and schedule downtime rather than waiting for the whole production line to grind to a halt. Retail is also seeing an interest. We know that within the retail area, we as shoppers are being tracked in terms of our mobile phones, but also it's important to consider the actual assets as they move through the whole retail space. We're also seeing such things as smart mirrors, for example, where it's possible to see what you would look like wearing a particular article of clothing without actually having to change. Interestingly, agriculture has gone some way down the IoT space already. It's not unusual now to find sensors in the ground measuring things like water and fertilizer levels, etc. We see drones flying above crops, measuring or indicating which parts of the field require additional fertilizers or insecticides. And this information then can be sent down to autonomous tractors, which can operate 24 hours a day, actually delivering the appropriate fertilizer or insecticide into the specific area on the ground. We now can look at healthcare. Again, it's not unusual now for us to wear various handheld technology, measuring our fitness levels and our heartbeat. But why not extend this and enable patients now to leave the hospital a little bit earlier, but yet remain connected, where their data can be sent back to the medical professionals and therefore save money within the hospital environment. Smart cities, it's not unusual now to see many cities around the world beginning to move in this direction, connecting many of their infrastructure together, be that street lights, be that dustbins, be that parking sensors. This information allows us to build a distributed system. And finally, we have the connected homes and offices. It's not unusual for many of us to have some form of connected device. be that the Alexa system, be that Google Home, or Apple's iHome device as well. Again, providing or giving us the ability to reset our thermostats, to turn lights on, or access CCTV information, again, is seen to be a very growing market. All of these then are just some of the examples of the new potential services which we can now carry across our cellular networks. So then, let's just take a look at the IoT ecosystem. Well, here we can break this down.
Need to know more? Why not visit our store, where you can choose from over 200 hours of video-based training. Alternatively, you can contact us to discuss any specific training requirements you may have.